Does your world ever feel like it just never stops buzzing? Yeah, you're not alone. Finding a moment of genuine calm can feel impossible, right? Like looking for a needle in a haystack? Well, what if there was an ancient, time-tested blueprint for achieving exactly that? Today, we're going to explore a path to inner peace that's just as relevant now as it was over 1,500 years ago.
Honestly, it's the question so many of us are asking. You know the feeling. Your phone's pinging, deadlines are looming, and your mind is just pulled in 1,000 different directions. It's like a constant state of mental whiplash, isn't it? We're overloaded with information, yet absolutely starved for focus. So, where do we even begin to look for a quiet mind?
Okay, so let's dive into this. Our guide today comes from this truly remarkable text, the Yogashara Bhumi Shastra. I know, it's a mouthful. It basically means the discourse on the stages of yogic practice. But don't think of it as some dusty old relic. Seriously, it's more like a profoundly practical user manual for the human mind, detailing a step-by-step process for cultivating tranquility.
So, before you can even think about focusing, the text tells us you have to build a solid foundation. It's just like building a house, right? You can't put up the walls if the ground isn't solid. And this isn't about just gritting your teeth and trying harder to concentrate. Nope. It's about shifting your entire perspective first. Let's see what that looks like.
This foundation for tranquility is built on cultivating three specific mindsets, or what the text calls signs. First up is aversion. Now, this isn't about hating the world. It's about clearly seeing the stress that comes from a life of constant craving and distraction. Second, we have delight. This is about finding a genuine, deep joy in ethical conduct and mental clarity. And third, there's peril, recognizing the profound danger that a scattered, agitated mind poses to our well-being. These three things, working together, create the fertile ground for a peaceful mind. And you gotta love the beautiful balance here. These first two mindsets work together like a master gardener. Think of aversion as the pruning shears, trimming away the wild, unruly parts of the mind. But that alone can be a bit harsh, so delight comes in like the nourishing water, enriching the mind and making the path a joyful one. It's this perfect combination of discipline and encouragement. With that foundation set, the text moves on to the actual practice of developing focus. And to illustrate the kind of unwavering attention we're talking about, it uses this powerful and unforgettable story. And this story isn't just a metaphor, it's more like a training manual for your mind on how to guard the gates of your senses. This is the parable of the oil bowl. All right, so picture this. A man is handed a bowl, and it's filled right to the very edge with this fragrant golden oil. His task is to carry this bowl through the middle of a massive, bustling festival, with all its crazy sounds and colors, without spilling a single drop. Talk about an incredibly delicate and demanding challenge. And this isn't just any crowd. His path takes him directly past the most alluring sights and sounds you can imagine. We're talking brilliant performers, captivating singers, and mesmerizing dancers. Everything is designed to grab your attention. Sound familiar? Yeah. These are pretty much the ancient equivalents of our modern-day social media feeds and endless notifications. Now, here's where the stakes get impossibly high. A shadow falls over the man. Walking right behind him, step for step, is an executioner. And this guy isn't just for show. He's holding a sharp, drawn sword, its blade just gleaming in the sunlight. His eyes are locked on the man and that bowl of oil, a silent promise of what's going to happen if he fails. And the instructions are chillingly simple. The executioner leans in and whispers, "Spill even one drop, and I will cut off your head." Whoa! Suddenly, this is not just a test of balance, is it? It's literally a matter of life and death. His focus is the only thing standing between him and his immediate end. So, what does this all represent? Well, the bowl full of oil symbolizes samatha, a state of mental calm and stability. It's the exact opposite of the scattered, agitated mind most of us experience. The dazzling festival, of course, represents all the worldly distractions that constantly pull at us. And that executioner with a sword? That's the third foundational mindset we talked about. A sharp, constant awareness of the peril of a distracted mind. It's that life or death seriousness that powers true focus. So what happens when you practice with that level of dedication? What does it actually feel like to have a mind as steady as that oil bowl? Well, the text is incredibly specific here. It doesn't just promise some vague sense of peace. It describes a tangible physical and mental transformation that you can actually feel happening in your own body and mind. The very first sign of progress is subtle and maybe a bit strange. practitioners report a feeling on the crown of their head, almost like a weight. But the text is clear, it's not a painful or burdensome feeling. Instead, it's the initial sign that your mental energy, which is usually scattered all over the place, is now gathering and consolidating in a powerful new way, like a laser beam of focus. And from there, the progression is just brilliant. As that energy builds, that familiar feeling of mental heaviness or fogginess just gets completely eliminated. The mind becomes like soft clay, workable, pliable, and joyful. And this then affects the body, which begins to feel light and filled with a profound sense of ease. The culmination is a state the text calls wondrous tranquility, a deep and pervasive sense of well-being that radiates from the inside out. And what's the real-world result of all this? This quote from the text just captures it perfectly. You can move through the world, encounter things that used to trigger intense desire or craving, and those reactions simply don't take hold. It's like being able to walk through a rainstorm without getting wet. And even if a flicker of a craving does arise, a mere moment of focused attention is enough to dissolve it completely. This isn't just about feeling calm, this is about being free.
So there you have it, the entire path to tranquility, laid out with stunning clarity. It's a journey that begins with a shift in perspective, continues with a commitment to practice, and culminates in a complete transformation of your inner world. It's not an easy path, for sure, but it's a path that leads to a state of profound and stable tranquility, a peace that just can't be shaken by the storms of life.
It's a powerful and systematic approach, built on deep psychological insight. It asks us to take our mental well-being as seriously as the man in the parable took his life. So the final question isn't just a question, it's really an invitation. In our own modern festival of distractions, could this ancient blueprint be the guide we need to find our own path to peace? The answer, of course, is up to you.